Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, my name is Ashley, and thank you for coming in for this counseling session. I just would like to go over a consent form with you, which is the student informed consent form. I am a student in interviewing and counseling course at Delaware Tech Community College. You may wish to talk about real concerns that you may have, or you may prefer to role play problem or issues that does not necessarily relate to you. Please let me know, however, which one you're going to do. Here are some important things for you to remember. Confidentiality is very important. Whatever is discussed between you and I is between you and I, and confidentiality we take very seriously. It will be shared with my teacher, which her name is Dr. Marshall, and it also may be shared with my fellow peers in my class for learning purposes. However, I would like to say that what you tell me in role play situations will remain confidential and remain with me, except for following important expectations, which must be reported as required by state law. A serious issue of harm to yourself or others, indication of abusing or neglecting children, the elderly, or disabled person. We will be recording this session, and again, as I stated, we'll be shared with Dr. Marshall, which is my instructor, and my fellow peers, which are my classmates for learning purposes. Boundaries are very important. Obviously, I am not a real counselor or therapist. This is a practice session so that I can learn more about the interview and counseling session. In fact, I would appreciate feedback from you as well as my performance, which will be very helpful. Could you sign this for me, please? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what would you like to discuss today? How are you, Denise?
Not so well, Ashley, to tell you the truth. My parents are going through a divorce, and I don't know how to go about dealing with that. Like, they've been together for like 50 years. They're well into their 80s. Why are they getting divorced all of a sudden, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I know it's kind of selfish of me to say this, but divorce costs money, and with their closeness in age, in their 80s, soon they'll be 90 and dead, and then I will have to inherit that money, and they're wasting it. You know, is that rude of me? Is that mean of me? For like being like that, you know? But anyway, yeah, they're going through a divorce, and as you can see, I'm trying to find the humor out of it, and each time I kind of make myself laugh, but then it's like, I think back into it, and it's like, they're really gonna end it, you know? Like, they're into their 80s. I'm 37. But they were literally each other's backbones, and now I feel like I'm gonna have to choose a side. I can't choose a side. If they get a divorce, I know they'll be like, oh, you don't have to really choose a side, Denise. But it's like, yes, I will. I will have to choose whether or not I want to go to dad's house for Christmas or mom's house for Christmas. Then I'm going to have to set all this up. And like I said, they're well into their 80s. So I don't know how soon it will be until like one of them just goes. And I don't think I can handle that. Like, my goodness, I don't know what to do about this. I'm shaking because I'm
What I'm hearing from you sounds like you're very, very, that basically what is very important to you. You're very upset at this time. It appears as though you're very upset at this time. You're shaking and a little teary-eyed, I can see. And also, I hear from you that you just don't want to make these big choices. You don't want the family to split. Family is important to you.
Yeah, and like, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm the only one in the family that cares about all this. they have 2 other daughters and a son, and like no one is taking this as seriously. I'm the youngest,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like all of their weight is pushed onto me, and now I have to take care of them both. Not that I mind,
Mm-hmm.
but they're gonna be living in separate homes. I have work. I have to go. I'm a full-time student also, and I'm a mother. I have 3 kids at home. I can't do all of it. And I know my husband will be there to help me, but I can't do all of it. And my siblings honestly think they just don't even care. They're all in it for the money, you know? Like after my parents are gone, oh my goodness, I'm gonna miss them so much. But like after they're gone, they're just waiting for that settlement to come in. And it breaks my heart that that's all they care about. You know? Like my parents have done everything for these kids. We came from let me just give you an origin of where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
We were born in Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And then we came to America, all of us. And so life was just not easy for any of us at all. We didn't know any English. We barely had family here. Like, it was just my grandfather, and he barely spoke English. So we had to learn. And my parents went through the hardest shit for these people. Or should I say my siblings. And for them to treat them like that, it's just like, why? I mean, like, yes, our parents did beat us growing up. You know, what parents don't? I mean, but they were good to us growing up. And it just breaks my heart that no one is taking this as seriously as I am. And no one really cares. And I've already tried to talk to them and staying together, but they just don't want to do it anymore. I don't know why. They just said they're not in love anymore. They said they've been out of love for a while. Like, how long was that, Dad? And when was a while? Like, it's just like everything's flooding back in. When did they lose this part? Am I gonna lose this part with my husband? Have I? No. It's everyone. Okay, when I look at my mother, I see myself in her. Like, I literally could be her twin. We look so much alike, and we act almost the same. And so it's like, who was at fault? Who made the conscious decision to just finally end it? And why so late? I have so many questions, and no one wants to give me an answer to any of them. No one. So overwhelming, and like, it's getting a headache. Help me out here. I don't know. And I'm literally stressing myself over this. My grades have started deteriorating, and I don't even spend that much time with my kids anymore. And not to mention I go to work too. So it's like that right there. I've already called out sick 3 times because I needed to go to their house and, like, I don't know, just talk, you know, because it's like, and then not only that, but I had to help them pack their stuff to move. I look really, I'm just tired of it, you know. I wish somebody else would step up to the plate, you know, and that it wasn't all just me. I'm really trying to fight back these tears, but they just keep coming. I guess you could say I'm more angry than I am sad now that I'm thinking more into it, because it's like, why are they doing this so late? Why? Now I have to sell the house, and you know how hard it is to sell a house? We grew up in that house. Seeing it, like, when I was packing up those things in there, and then seeing my bedroom, it just brought back so many memories, and it's like, wow, it's really ending. Everybody's really getting their own lives. I mean, like, yeah, we had our own lives to start and everything, but this literally ends the legacy.
Sounds like the legacy is very important to you.
I mean, it's not that it's important, it's just, I'm-
Am I understanding you correctly?
It is important, at the same time it's not really. Like, growing up, they taught me. We grew up in a very Christian home. And now they're literally divorcing when it's almost, no, like, not like, I'm saying, like, it's almost over. Basically, like, they've done it for 50 years and they're in their 80s. They can continue doing it until death, you know, do them part. But yet they want to do a divorce. And, like, how do I go about telling my children this? Grandma and Grandpa are having a divorce. And they'll probably start questioning, like, Mommy, were they no longer in love? And then I'll have to start answering that. Or they'll be wondering why Grandpa came over to visit them without Grandma. And it's like, I don't know how to explain that. Do I just say Grandma is gone? Nah, that sounds like she died. Would that be better to just tell them that Grandma and Grandpa passed away? No. I can't believe I just said that. But nah, it's not that I care about the legacy. It's just that I care about that house. And I care that they grew me up making me think, like, love was everything, you know? Like, marriage is until death do you part. And yet here you guys are divorcing well into your 80s after 50 years. They sound like hypocrites, to tell you the truth. And it gets me really angry because it's like, was everything a lie? Did I mention I stopped eating? I'm sorry. I can't even eat right because of them. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. I have a deadline to sell this house, and I've only had one viewer. And if I... Oh my goodness. I need some help here. I don't know how to go about dealing with this. I might just check into a loony bin because this is literally driving me crazy. This is the only thing that's been on my mind since.
Could you tell me more about this loony bin? What is that?
My what?
The loony bin.
I feel like I'm gonna have to check myself into a mental hospital because I'm literally losing my shit. Like the other day, I was supposed to take the triplets to daycare, and instead of taking them to daycare, my mom called and she was like, "Can you do this again?" And like, Mom, I got 3 kids I need to take care of, and they're not little. I mean, like, they are little, but like,
Wait a minute.
I'm so sorry. We're recording a video
Yes.
for our class.
I'll tell you when
Just
you're hitting the building.
12 more minutes. I'm so sorry.
You're
We're
fine.
sorry.
I didn't want to bother
No,
you.
we're telling her we're sorry.
But you're it. You're it on the campus, basically, okay?
Okay.
So I'll give you, where are you parked?
In the front of the building.
Okay,
In the side.
okay, because I know we got a car up there, and I know we got a car out that way. I'm just trying to keep it. You're good. You're going to be in all 10, 15 minutes. You're good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I think she'll understand that though.
Okay.
Dr. Marshall, that was a police officer in the campus. But
Are you okay? How do you feel overall?
overall, I'm drained. Like I said, I haven't had time for my kids I feel like it's been the longest, and I know it's only been like a month, but it feels like it's been forever. Not to mention, who's gonna live with who? Oh my goodness. That didn't even cross my mind. Who? Oh. Oh my goodness. See, that's another thing. Who are they gonna live with? Oh, wait. You see, I'm losing it. they're getting their own place. Apparently, they're gonna just get an apartment or go to the nursing home, whichever one. I really don't even care at the moment. It's just like, I just want them to be happy where they're at and just to leave me alone. I'll come visit you, and you can come visit me, but like, I just wish this would be quickly over and like I can just forget all about it. This is just all one big nightmare. Oh my god. Got any Tylenol or Advil? I have a thumping headache from thinking too much about this, and I don't think it's gonna go away until all of it is over. And that's probably in the next maybe like 2-3 weeks. I don't even know, because they don't even want to be in the same nursing home or in the same apartment complex if they move out. Like, where did it all go wrong? All my life, I've lived with these people, and
Is there anyone else that could assist you with this?
my husband is a very good supporter of mine, but besides that, no one, not even their own kids. I've already tried to talk to them, and they're like, if mom and dad want to split up, let them split up. Let them deal with it on their own. You're just the one getting yourself involved. And I'm like, of course I gotta get involved. They're my parents. I'll always get involved. Whereas you guys, I don't know about y'all, but maybe I cussed my brother out the other day. I told him off because all he did was call my mother and cuss her out. I don't know what his problem is, but I think I don't know. Maybe my mom didn't love him enough, but he cussed her out, and that literally broke my heart, because how could you do that to your mother, you know? She's your mother, and you're just gonna go and cuss her out like that, and I went off on him, because you just don't do that, you know? My mom has pissed me off several times, but no, not to the point where I just want to cuss her out, and I really wanted to just drive over there and literally beat the shit out of him because of how pissed he made me. And she could have had a heart attack. And I just know for a fact that after they're gone, rest their souls, but I'm gonna be the one having to take care of all the funeral things and everything. It's always gonna be me, because for some fucking reason, no one cares anymore. But me. Do you have a cigarette? No.
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Do you smoke? Do you normally smoke?
I don't normally. I've been off of it for like 7 years now, since when I was 30. Yeah. But it's been 7 years since I've had a cigarette, and now for some weird reason I've been thinking about it so much in this past month. But I know that if I start, I will definitely get addicted, because I tried to stop when I was like 21, but that only lasted for like 4 months, and then something happened, and I just got hooked right on it. And I got 3 kids now, so I can't do that, you know. And I'm still breastfeeding. Oh my goodness.
So far, I have heard you state that you haven't smoked in many years. Also, that you're not sure where your parents are going to be staying at, and you haven't even really thought about that yet. You haven't come up with that plan. And you need to sell the house, and you really don't want that responsibility. And family is important, and you just can't believe you don't have to explain this to the children. And now that your parents are 80 years old, and you really believe in till death do us part, so they should stay together, and especially with being 80 years old, and then they don't want to be in the same nursing home together. It's really saddening you. It
yeah.
appears to me you look very upset, sad, mixed feelings. Um, you sound, yeah, you sound like it also.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to, you know.
Did I understand you correctly?
Yeah, yeah. But it's not like I don't want to take care of them. I just wish my other siblings would help out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Make it a little easier because there's 4 of us and 2 of them. One person could be like, oh, Mom, you can come live with me. Dad, you can come live with me. The house, me and my siblings can take care of that. And then, boom, everything's solved. But no one wants to lend a hand. And Denise has to do everything.
I understand, Denise. I understand. You feel like you have to do everything and all the responsibility is on you, and that there's no one assisting you through all of these new changes that have just come up, just been sprung upon you. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yes. It's just, oh my God. Have you ever been through this?
No.
Your parents are still here, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel?
At this time, it's all about you, Denise. This is your session. It's very important to stay on topic with you. I see you're really upset. You're shaking. I can see it.
Oh, I'm
You look
losing
like
it.
you're shaking and you're really upset. You sound upset. You sound very confused.
I just don't know what to
Am I
do.
understanding you correctly?
Yeah, I just don't know what to do, Ashley. Like, I'll probably just, I was thinking of taking time off work, probably just quitting it altogether. But then again, it's like, maybe this will die out in 2 weeks, hopefully. But maybe it won't. And if it doesn't, well then, I'll probably just give him my 2 weeks notice or something.
So why are you thinking about letting work go?
To make more time for them. And to make more time for my kids at home. If I could get rid of this job, I mean, I could probably take on more, but I don't want to leave that job at the same time, because, like, I love that job. I've been there for 10 years. And to just... I spoke to Josh about it the other night, and he was like... He said it'd be okay. But then again, I don't want him to be, like, putting more pressure on... Because now I'm putting more pressure on him. Because now he has to get more hours at work. This is affecting the whole family.
Can you tell me a little about Josh? Who's Josh?
Josh is my husband. He's a great
Oh.
guy. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's been my rocks throughout the whole time there. And he knows how much I love that job. But his hours, I mean, he's tried to help a little. Like, he's asked some people to come check out the house and stuff like that.